Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that some of you are stuck right now for the creating the Boss Bear game assignment. So this video is going to be a massive amount of hint to help you out. So pay very close attention to this video and it'll help you out a lot. As you know, in the boss shell that I gave you the pack sprite, the ghost sprite, the wall sprite, and the bear sprite. First thing you're going to need to know is that you're going to need to create a fifth sprite for the bullet. That bullet can be small. You can just make it 16 by 16. And really just in the sprite editor, just draw a circle. A black circle, whatever color circle, just a circle. Then you're going to create 5 objects, 1 object for each sprite. Once you've created your 5 objects, it's time to program them. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to program them, but I'm going to tell you what kind of events you need and what would go in those events, and from that information, that should give you a nice, good push to what you need. So first, you have the player character, and I'm just going to call it OBJ Pack, because I believe I called the sprite pack. So OBJ pack is going to have an event for each of the arrow keys. So you have an up event, a left event, a down event, and a right event. And each one of those sets the pack's motion. I would set the speed of the motion to 5. 5 seems to be a reasonable amount of speed. So for each arrow key, you're going to need to use move fixed and move fixed 5. Then you're going to have an outside room event, and for the outside room event, if the pack goes outside the room, you want the pack to be able to wrap itself and come back in. You also want a release space event. The release space event is going to be how you shoot. If you remember last class, I showed you how to use test instance count. So you're going to use the test instance counts option, and so if the number of bullets on the screen is 3 or less, then what you're going to do is create a moving instance of your bullet object. Set its speed. Since it's a bullet, it needs to be going much faster than pack. So if pack is going 5, your bullet should be going at least 8 or 9. And you want the bullet's direction to be the same as the pack's direction, so direction would be direction. And yes, so that's all for the pack. Your 4 arrow keys, your 4 arrow key events, your outside the room event, and your release space event. Some of you might want to also have a if no key is pressed, then the pack stops event. That's totally up to you. Your bullet, so again, that's for the pack. 4 arrow keys, an outside room, and a release space. Those are the 6 events. For the bullet, your bullet is going to need to have a collision with wall event. And when it collides with the wall, you destroy the bullet. And then you're also going to have an outside room event, and if the bullet goes outside the room, you destroy the bullet. So for the bullet, it's collision with wall and outside room, and in both cases, you destroy the bullet. Next, you have a wall. And in the wall, one of the things it says is that the protective wall disappears when there are no ghosts left. So what you want to add is a step event. And in this step event, you're going to test the instances of ghosts. And as long as there are more than one or more ghosts, you don't do anything. So your test instance count should probably say something like, if number of ghosts is 0, then destroy the wall. And if you just put that in the wall object, as soon as that condition is true, it'll destroy every wall. Next, your bear needs a collision with pack event. If the bear collides with pack, then you're going to restart the room. If your bear collides with a bullet, it's going to lose 1 health. And in the game, and then your bear needs a game start event so that when the game begins, you give it 10 health. Because if you remember, in the part 1 instructions, the last thing it says is that boss bear is destroyed when it is hit 10 times. So what you need is that so then that's why in the game start event, you're going to set the bear's health to 10. And when the bear collides with the bullets, you're going to reduce the bear's health by 1. Next, and finally, you have the ghost. The ghost needs a create event, and in the create event, you want it to move in a random direction. So you're going to choose the move. I think the easiest way to do this would be move free. Instead of move fix, you want it to move free. And of course, you're going to set the direction to random, and then random 360, so it can move in any direction. And then the speed is up to you. When the version of the game I gave you to play, and you did the little half sheet on, the speed was random 5. And what that meant is that the speed could be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So some ghosts are slower, some ghosts are faster. The ghosts really shouldn't be faster than the pack unless you want an extra challenge. Let's see. And you want the ghost to have a collision with the bullet. When the ghost collides with the bullet, the ghost is destroyed because the ghost got shot. You want a collision with the wall, and when the ghost collides with the wall, the ghost bounces off. And when the ghost goes outside the room, just like the pack, you want it to wrap around. So to sum it all up, the pack needs an event for each of the arrow keys to go outside the room and to release the space. The bullet needs an event for collision with wall and outside room. The wall needs a step event where it's testing how many ghosts are still on the screen, because remember, the instructions say the protective wall disappears when no ghosts are left. The bear, you want a collision with pack to restart the game because the bear killed the pack. You want collision with bullet, which will cause the bear to lose 1 health. And you want a game start to set the health to 10. For the ghost, you want to create it and have it move in a random free motion. You want a collision with the bullet, which will destroy the ghost, a collision with the wall that will cause the ghost to bounce, and when the ghost goes outside the room, you want it just to wrap around. That will give you just about everything you need to know. So those are the events. I hope you paid very close attention to this video. This video should tell you everything you need to know to program the Creating the Boss Bear game part 1. For that game, remember, you can use drag and drop programming, but a lot of you might find it easier since in part 2 you can't use drag and drop programming unless you're willing to give up those 6 or 7 points, which some of you are. I know, it's okay. But if you're willing to give up the points, you can keep the drag and drop. Otherwise, you need to shift to GML. So some of you might want to just shift to GML right now, in which case I would suggest using the drag and drop to GML converter. Remember, I showed you how to use that last class. But again, this video tells you everything you need to know. And a matter of fact, I think I might have told you more than I wanted to tell you. I actually told you for some of the events, what exactly to program. So if you paid attention to this video and you watched this video carefully and you didn't skim through it and you actually paid attention to this video should tell you just about everything you and your group need to know to go ahead and create the Boss Bear game. I hope this helps. And if it doesn't, just go back and watch the video again. Go through it slowly, pause, rewind, all that stuff. Probably a smart move would be to have this video playing on one person's computer while the person where the programming is happening is actually doing the programming. So just keep rewatching this video. Again, for the pack, you need the arrow keys, the outside room, and to release the space. The bullet, you want a collision with wall and you want an outside room. For the wall, you want a step event, and in this step event, you're going to check how many ghosts are still on the screen, and if the number is 0, destroy all the walls. Then the bear, you're going to have a collision with pack to destroy the pack and restart the level, but not restart the game, only restart the level. You want a collision with the bullet and you want a game start. And the ghost, you want create and move for motion. You want to create a collision with the bullet, a collision with the wall, and you want an outside room event. So all of those are the events. One last time. Again, I hope this helps. So if it didn't help, like I said, just rewatch this, pay close attention. This will give you everything you need to know. Remember, it's a video. You can pause it. It's almost like me being there. As a matter of fact, some of you might like this better because it's all the information and none of the side talk. So I hope this helps. Have a good rest of your day and enjoy.